Hey, what's up guys? I've got a couple of questions about this car recently on my social media accounts, so I thought I'd kind of address those questions in bulk and do a little walk around video for you guys, and we'll take it from there. Sorry about my shadow, it's the time of day here. You're just gonna have to deal with it. So it's an 88 Toyota Supra turbo, as you know. It's a pretty low mile car. I got it from a buddy of mine in Alberta. I'm in Saskatchewan, so needed to go through the appropriate, safeties and whatnot to be plated and registered here. Low mile chassis, 169,000 K on it. I wasn't really too worried about what mechanical gremlins it may have, just because of the low miles on the chassis. I knew it'd be pretty clean. So I went ahead and I got it from him, sight unseen type deal, because we know that's the best way to do things. But it turned out all right. So it's been resprayed at some point in its life. I'm not quite sure when. You guys pointed this out to me. Sent me a message asking why the front nose cone doesn't match the rest of the car. I mean, you're right. It's not the original nose cone. It's pretty faded. Clearly, it's been on a car that's just sat for a while. So it hit a deer, and that was that. So I needed to replace the nose cone, headlight bracket, and the hood latch bracketry was kind of tweaked, so I went right to the hood pins. That's kind of a safety issue. So it had a little kiss from a deer. That was the whole deal. I got it for pretty cheap, so I won't complain. The car came stock. K&N FIPK is all it had on it. So basically your bolt-on K&N air filter right to the factory mass airflow, or airflow meter, sorry. So I reached out immediately to a friend of mine in the States, Aaron, and I had his company send me up some cool stuff. So I got the cat back. So it's a 3-inch stainless, or as stainless as you can get for the money I paid anyway. A friend of mine sent me the mandrel bent 3-inch downpipe. I believe it came from Aaron as well, so I'm not too sure. So I'll show you guys, maybe you can tell me. So it's got the exhaust. It runs a map ECU now, so I can run it open turbo if I want to. I have a filter for it. I don't always run it open, I wouldn't recommend it. But it got wet, so I left it off for this little video. The wheels are Volk Racing GTPs. I'm not quite sure what generation or how old they are. Maybe some of you guys can let me know. But they are the real deal. I know having real wheels is a big thing now. I mean, I don't care one way or the other. I mean, they do the job, they roll. And Aaron sent me as well a Walbro 450 liter per hour fuel pump. Feeds RC 550 cc injectors at the stock fuel rail. The big thing with the Walbro pump is it cannot run on the factory fuel resistor and relay setup under the hood in these cars. So you have to run a hot wire and run it to your relay yourself. It needs to see 12 volts all the time, or it won't even prime. So that happened. It seems to run okay. The car runs on the map ECU, like I said, so it's tunable, and the fuel is trimmable, so it's not stupid rich. Apologize, it's kind of windy. AEM wideband, I mean, of course, goes without saying. If you have a turbo car that's modified, you need one. It's just peace of mind. My least favorite part of the car, there's a dent here that was pulled and massaged. So to show this part of the car. Your classic Toyota door trim, separating. They're untreated steel underneath, so they separate, rust. Lexus IS 300 coil packs and wires. I did that. I had a constant miss that just would not go away at idle, and it bugged me to no end. So I went ahead and I ordered the IS 300 coil packs and wires. And as you know, they're a waste spark setup, just like the factory. Super easy. You just extend your factory coil pack harness to the coils, and that's all. It just runs like factory. And guys are running this coil pack setup to 650, 700 wheel. So I mean, from the ignition standpoint of it, I mean it's an upgrade for the car, I suppose. 10 coilovers. I had these sent up as well. They're 16-way adjustable. Just turn that little Allen key one way or the other. Spring rate's a little soft, but it's a pretty good balance between trackable and street. They are rebuildable with custom shock valving and stroke length. So if you run your car low, you won't be constantly bottoming them out. Full weight reduction type deal, or as much as I could while maintaining kind of a streetable appearance. I wanted it to look stock, at least from the driver and passenger seat forward, should the authorities decide to look in. Just avoid some of that negative attention, I suppose. So all the sound deadening's gone, insulation. The car made it out to the scales yesterday. It's about 3140 with nearly half a tank of fuel. So it's not a lightweight. Crash bars are gone. Everything was gone that I could. No EGR, no idle air control valve. Seems to run just fine without it. Cold starts are a little finicky, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't really care how it drives on the way to work and back, as long as it's serviceable and there's just less things to go wrong. Less things for me to worry about. Stock intercooler. Boost is like stock, runs 11 pounds, which is enough. Keeps it fun on the street, and it's more than enough to hang it sideways. The steering mods that I did, and I know a lot of you guys are kind of interested. I got a lot of messages about the steering angle mods that I did. So the knuckles are uncut, they're not re-drilled yet. I deleted the steering stops on the knuckles, and did a set of rack spacers from Beech Performance, I believe. And I mean, it's quite a big difference over stock. These are worse turning vehicles in a truck factory. So I strongly recommend the steering angle mods for anybody that's looking to get into drifting, or just at least they just want to get out there and thrash their car a little bit with their buddies. You need more steering angle out of these cars. They're such a long wheelbase, they look shallow everywhere. So that being said, I did that. No ABS anymore. I screwed up a set of the stock knuckles on the car. Trying to press in new wheel bearings, so I got a set from a buddy, and that car did not have ABS, so no more ABS on this one. Not necessarily needed anyway, for my purposes. I built the car on a budget. I got a lot of questions on what that budget was, how much I spent on it. I mean, I won't go too far into detail with that. It was cheap. It was a lot cheaper than a lot of you are thinking, I'm sure. But I'll just leave it at that. I mean, that's that, really. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things I'm forgetting to mention about it. But I'll take some more video. See if I can put some running video together. And and we'll go from there. If you guys want to see anything else, don't hesitate, send me a message or let me know, and I'll try to shoot a little more video. Thanks a lot. Wherever's good for you. Yeah, whatever's good for you.
You want to do a dig or do you want to do a roll?
Whatever. We can do both.
Okay, we'll stop.
Okay.
You honk, I don't got a horn.
Okay.